Baker Place Eagles and
Jefferson Elementary Eagles.
This is Mrs. Johnson and Dr. Johnson and our cat, Rachmaninoff. I've told you guys a lot about Rachmaninoff, some of you in my class, and you got to see pictures of him. And this is Rachmaninoff the cat. We call him Rocky for short. Hey, Rock. Look at there. Hello, Rocky Roo. And so today we're going to start class. We're talking about Rachmaninoff, the composer, not the cat. I mean, it'd be really cool if our cat could compose music. We'd probably be millionaires and live in the dream on an island somewhere. But he's just a regular cat. And he does not compose music. But this guy, Sergei Rachmaninoff, was a Russian composer. And he was born on April 1st, yes, April Fool's Day, 1873 in Russia. And his birthday, of course, is in like, what, 2 weeks? April 1st? So, maybe even less than that. And on April 1st, he would have been 147 years old. So he's not alive today, for those of you doing the math. People don't live to be 147. He actually died on March 28th, 1943 in Beverly Hills, California, where he had immigrated to America. Russia was going through some crazy times back in the late 1800s and early 1900s with the Russian Revolution and then World War I and World War II. And so Russia was just not a safe place for our composer to be. So he moved around the world and then ended up in Beverly Hills, California, where it's nice and sunshiny and beautiful. And he composed a lot of amazing music, and we love his music so much that that's why we named our very first cat Rachmaninoff. There are also 2 other cats in the room, and if we can catch them, we will share our other cats with you. There are also 2 children wandering around our house who may or may not appear in a video. I think they're all watching movies right now. So, Rachmaninoff is our composer at Baker Place and at Jefferson Elementary. Sure. Kind of.
Yeah, why not?
We're playing along. And we're going to have a website up. If you're at Baker Place, you can go to our Learn From Home website under Encore, and you will see my website. And that has a lot of recommendations for music to listen to for Rachmaninoff and has also a biography about him if you want to read along. Let's see. One of my favorite pieces by Rachmaninoff is his Piano Concerto No. 2. So if you know what the word concerto means, bravo. If you don't, it's where one instrument is in front of the orchestra and has a special part to play. They're like the soloist with the backup singers. But in this case, it's a whole orchestra of backup singers. So my favorite is Piano Concerto No. 2. And the reason it's my favorite is because I love the song all by myself. Kind of like we're in quarantine, all by ourselves right now. So it's quite appropriate for this time of quarantine in America. And during the song, they play part of Piano Concerto No. 2. So I had loved that song for a very, very long time. And then I actually, while we were, dating or maybe newly married, we were listening to some Rachmaninoff music.
It's around that time.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we heard that, and I said, "Oh my gosh, wait a minute! I know this music. This is one of my favorite songs." And of course, Dr. J was like, "No, this is not a song. This is just an orchestra piece." I was like, "No, but listen, it is Celine Dion all by myself. It's Celine Dion, babe." And so that's how I know Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto No. 2. It's great by itself, but it's also awesome in all by myself.
True.
Yeah. Why is Rachmaninoff your favorite? Or one of your favorites?
There's a really cool horn solo at the beginning of Piano Concerto. And I don't know, he just writes really awesome melodies. His symphonies are some of my favorites. They're just really great to listen to. Kind of sound like movie music.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
cool.
And especially since he passed away in 1943, that was when movies were getting off to a really big start. And Beverly Hills, California is, like basically in Los Angeles, California. I mean, somebody can correct me if you're from California, obviously. I've never been there. But Beverly Hills is right either next door to or in Los Angeles. Anyway, they're very close. And that was where all the movie magic was starting.
Did he... I can't remember if he wrote anything for movies. I know several composers did.
Definitely.
Like Shostakovich.
Another famous Russian.
Russian. but I can't remember if Rachmaninoff did.
We'll have to look that up. Radio was also very big at the time. So radio and movies, and then the birth of television. And so all these awesome new avenues for music were happening at the time. So Rachmaninoff was very instrumental in all of that, the beginning of movie music. So even if he didn't compose for music, other composers still listened to Rachmaninoff's music and got some of their best ideas from Rachmaninoff's music, and then used it in our movie music today, which we will be talking about movie music in another video coming up really soon. So today we're going to start off a little lesson about dynamics. Now, we talked about dynamics at the beginning of the year at Baker Place.
I've been doing it a little bit with some of the younger grades, like first and second, a little bit of kindergarten too. We talked about loud and soft
Absolutely.
over the past few weeks. So.
And my kindergartners, you will know about our song Grizzly Bear, and we talked about loud sounds and soft sounds and how we can use our loud voices and soft voices when we sing. We've also been talking about that in pre-K. We're going to sing a song familiar to you today, which happens to be an old favorite of mine. It's great with dynamics. It's called John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. So if you know it, I want you to sing along with us, okay? Here's the best part about this song is it has a lot of dynamics. Mm-hmm. And dynamics are so useful when you're making music because, well, as a composer, you have to tell people how loud or soft you want them to play.
That's true.
Because if you want a lullaby, but you don't write in that you want them to play it quietly, then you could have like screamo lullabies. And that doesn't work, does it? Absolutely not, because you can't scream and get a baby to sleep at the same time. That's not how it works. Or maybe if you want to have a dance party, like we just had Greenhouse Dance Party recently at our school, you can't have quiet music for a dance party. That's not how it works. You would have no fun. You'd all be napping on the gym floor instead of dancing. So we think it's very important to watch out for those dynamics because you want to play how the composer intended. So John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt starts off loud. And another word for loud, of course, I'm sure you already know. Another word for loud is forte. So it starts off forte, and then we're going to sing it 4 times using dynamics. And the 5th time is going to be silent, which technically is a dynamic too, but... So the first time we're going to sing it, we're going to do forte, which means really loud. And the second time we're going to do it is mezzo forte. And mezzo is an Italian word that means medium. So it's medium loud. And then mezzo piano, which means medium soft. And then piano, which is soft. So we're going to go from loud to medium soft to soft. And then we're going to go mute. No sound at all. And then, hello. Here's one of our helpers. This is our 5-year-old Parker. And are you ready to sing with us, Parker?
No.
So he's going to maybe help us out. In the song John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, there's one part where we get to be loud all the time. So watch out for that part. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Loud part first. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Na 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 na. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Na 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 na. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Na 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 na. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, good job, guys. So we did all the dynamics, all 4, from forte to mezzo forte, mezzo piano, and then mute. And you still get to do the fun na 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 part. Forte the whole time. So don't scare your parents with that. but try it out at home. And we love to see videos. If you want to send us videos, our email addresses are posted, and we love to see videos of you and your family singing along.